Welcome everyone to Mega Life 21 Live. I am your host, James Parana Madonna, as seen on the web. And 7 lucky bells. 7 lucky bells. And the red levity bell. I call it the Ed Norton bell for good luck. Now, this show is representing our safe, drug-free, old school physical fitness, nutrition, and we also honor the martial arts group called the International Brotherhood of Polybonds. International Brotherhood of Polybonds, found on Facebook. But we are going to discuss this very serious worldwide crisis that's going on now, called the coronavirus pandemic, as it is connected to the lockdowns and quarantines. Okay, it's driving people bonkers because you men out there, hopefully alpha men, feel like you're under house arrest. And in a lot of ways you are, but it's necessary, because every time a healthy person that tests positive lets 2 weeks go by, 14 days, sticks it out, they have no underlying illnesses, and they survive, they stick it out, and then they test negative. Well, what happens is that virus dies. So just multiply that, through tens of thousands of times, hundreds of thousands of times, and you flatten the curve. But meanwhile, the guys are, a lot of you men and women are stuck at home. You can't go to the gym. Jeff Zambella was here, my illustrious co-host and very close friend. Jeff Zambella was here. Welcome. Too bad you missed the theme song, the Carney's Dance. Too bad you missed the Carney's Dance, because that started a couple minutes ago. But anyway, now people, getting back to social establishments, they're all closed. Forget about the gymnasiums, health clubs, health spas, whatever you want to call them, massage therapy centers, restaurants, any social establishment is closed. And rightfully so, I mean, no one wants infected droplets and aerosol micro droplets hitting them. So make sure you're wearing your protective gear. Make sure you wear your disposable latex gloves and your masks. If you don't have a dust mask, because the medical supply masks are there's a shortage, for hospitals and clinics. So people should not hoard them. The real medical mask should be reserved for healthcare personnel only. So, but what you can do is you can take a bandana, fold it in half, and tie it around your head. Okay, it'll provide a double cloth. Or if you're a female, you can take one of those fancy, dressy nylon scarves, fold it in half, and tie it around your head. Jeff Zambello says, I am not going bonkers. This COVID-19 pandemic is an absolute blessing in that I get to work out for over 4 hours each day with circular torque training, weightlifting, walking outdoors, etc. That's good to hear, Jeff. Yes. Well, yeah, but I can't, I couldn't. I don't know what happened to you. I don't know where you were. So I had to play the song, I love the Jew's harp, the bosun's whistle from Newport, Rhode Island, and the horn. Well, the horn, the shofar, broke a long time ago. James, what do you mean that the massage centers are closed? I am crying. That means the massage parlors, like any place that there is a social gathering, is closed. But including the gymnasiums, but alas. Now, don't be too upset, people, because just like I was told by my Uncle Phil, you got to be like a chameleon. You have to have the ability to adapt, to change. And if you're under lockdown, hopefully you have hobbies. And hopefully you have the internet and cable TV. And good hobbies too. You can use your imagination to keep busy. Now, this also includes working out, exercising at home. Believe me, it could be done very efficiently. There is no loss. Tell these blanking swear word millennials to stop congregating in front of Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. Well, the millennials are not taking the pandemic seriously because they're not wearing any protective facial coverings, and they're walking around with big, stupid, imbecilic smiles on their face like nothing's wrong, like there's no pandemic. And there are people out there that are insisting that this coronavirus is a hoax. And the millennials, they're standing online, not at Trader Joe's, but at Whole Foods. I thought they were standing a little too close together. And if anybody gets closer than 6 feet to me, I'm going to say something, because there's going to be a big fight. Because their droplets are going to be the droplets of blood as my face goes right down their throat. Hey, let's open up for business so we can ride on overly crowded subways and breathe on one another. Well, this is the reason why the curve is taking so long to flatten, because of all the assholes that are not taking this pandemic seriously. It's much more contagious than the influenza. Okay. Now, getting to exercise. You'd be surprised what can be accomplished by doing simple body weight exercises. You can take a pair of yoga blocks, which can be purchased online from any department store. You don't have to physically go to Walmart if you don't want to, or a Target. You can go to walmart.com, get yourself a pair of yoga blocks, and you can do so many different variations of push-ups and doing them with perfect form, slowly, going up in 2 seconds, coming down in 4 seconds, or even longer. You can get a set of exercise. You can get a set of resistance power bands, and if you buy the different increments of tension, and go on YouTube and look up resistance power band exercises, you will find out that they are just as challenging, if not more challenging, than dumbbells, barbells, or machines. When used properly, in perfect form, going slowly, and then when you go to failure, if you bring your feet farther apart, or if the band is tied with the Lark knot, L-A-R-K, you can learn that on YouTube also, and you go closer to the point of insertion, to the point of origin, that's like performing a drop set, either spreading your feet apart or going closer to the point of insertion. Whether you have it tied to a railing or a tree or whatever. In the house, I'm sure you can find something sturdy. Make sure you find something sturdy. Okay, you can instantly perform a drop set. Then you can buy, if you don't have a pair of Indian clubs or Persian meals, which are clubs, or a mace, you can get a pair of 4-pound sledgehammers, and you could learn the various circular torque training exercises that you can do with a pair of 4-pound hammers, or a pair of dead blow hammers. They're called dead blow. But please try to find the hickory wood handles. There is no grip like natural wood. You can do circular training. So if you do every individual type of exercise at least twice a week, always try to go to failure on every exercise, with emphasis on the body weight exercises, because you can do a lot of wonderful variations of the push-up with those yoga blocks. If you don't have the pair of cork or whatever they're made of now, yoga blocks, and you happen to have a pair of red clay bricks, regular construction bricks, just wash them if they happen to be dirty, which they will be. And you can use them both horizontally and turning them vertically. You can do all the different variations of push-ups in strict form. If you might even have one of those pull-up and chin-up bars that you can instantly hook up to a doorway, you might have one of those. Another important exercise device is the stomach wheel. Only costs $5. One of the best exercises for your core, your abdominal region, the best stomach exercise going, and also it also works your entire upper body, and to a lesser extent your lower body. Okay. We'll take a Jeff Zambello break. Of course, my friend that likes to talk to me privately only, Mr. Ken Tages, who said he will be here, is not here. I kind of figured that because he only talks to me privately. but he doesn't go public. I told him he could watch his programs on TV and he could type comments. He types comments to me on Facebook Messenger and watches television. So why not do it here on a live show? I don't understand people. Well, would somebody please explain to me about human psychology? I don't get it. I don't get it. It upsets me so much. Why people always talk to beat the band, like my late mother used to say. They talk to beat the band privately, but when I do a live show and I invite them, they don't come. Okay, for floor work, there are hundreds of functional movements to perform. That's very true. These movements open up hips, rotator cuffs, etc. Okay. I can't move as fast as you type, Jeff Zambello. You have to give me some time. Training for the Vintage Strength Games is a wonderful thing to do during this period. Reason, when training from Vintage Strength Games, it is meditative, and each training session is a learning experience. As long as it does not consist of what we're going to talk about towards the end of this show, the high-pressure sales hype of alternative fitness seminars designed to steal people's hard-earned money. All right. James, thank you and Richard Army McGuire for teaching me how to use red bricks or yoga blocks for Hindu Cobra push-ups and half moon push-ups and saving me money. And don't forget the Persian push-up, which is simply you spread your feet as far apart as you can, and then you continue to lunge forwards and backwards in a rocking movement with your legs and feet spread far apart. The Persian push-up, as seen on the Iranian Zirkane Palavani YouTube videos. James, please elaborate on the benefits of training with power bands when one is confined to their home gym. Thank you. Well, the power band. Okay. I will elaborate a bit here. Okay. This should be interesting. These are the commercial grade resistance power bands. As you can see, they come in different sizes and different tensions, and they're thick. They're not like those fettuccine noodles that you see at the rehab centers, like the Kessler Institute. Okay, they're thick. They're very durable. They're very strong. Okay, each one has a different tension. The farther away, the more you stretch them, the greater the resistance. The less you stretch them, as in either bringing your feet closer together or going back towards the point of origin, the less resistance. But this is what they look like. Okay? Resistance power bands. And what makes them superior to the weights, aside from the fact that you can change your hand position any way you want. Supination, pronation. Okay, you can go in any which way, any direction you want instantly. Aside from that, with a dumbbell, let's say a dumbbell or a barbell, when you reach the top part of the exercise, let's say you're doing curls, when you reach the top section, which is where your shoulders are, the tension is released off of your biceps. You lose tension momentarily. But with the power band, the tension is constantly, give me time. I can't move that fast, Jeff. With the power band, the tension is never released from the muscle group, even if you're at the top section of the exercise. It's not released. And that's the beauty of the power bands. Now, tonight happens to be my power band exercise. Now, this is don't let the thinness fool you. This is an industrial warehouse pallet band, as in pallet, P-A-L-L. I can't move this fast, buddy. I really can't. You gotta. This is a pallet band designed to hold hundreds or thousands of pounds of merchandise on a wooden pallet in a warehouse. This was told. This was educated. Ken Thiessen, the great Ken Thiessen, told me all about the pallet band. They used it in professional wrestling school owned by the WWE. Okay, because he was in the WWE. And as you could see, they're glued together. It's not one continuous loop, but this glue is extremely strong. And let me tell you something. The pallet band, in a lot of ways, is more challenging than the gymnasium manufactured resistance power band. The pallet band is superior in a lot of ways, and it has to be. Just think of how many pounds of merchandise are sitting in a warehouse on a wooden pallet. All right. Okay, let me move down because I'm way behind. James, many of us are on a limited income due to unemployment insurance at this time. For my home gym, how can I have a top quality floor mat for my studio? I am referring to your floor mats. Simply go to a toy store and don't go to a sporting goods store. Go to a toy store and go to the section where the toddler supplies are, you know, for the little 2-year-olds, 1, 2, 3-year-olds, and you will see the same quality gym mats that interlock. Excuse me. Just needed to have something to drink. You will see the same quality thick gym mats that interlock. Where the toddler's supplies are. I can show you real quick. Okay, I can show you really quick as an example what I'm talking about. See, nice and thick. And they interlock. I have a whole big stack of these. So what I'm saying is, don't waste your money at a sporting goods store. Go to a child's store where the toddlers supplies are. Okay. Now, okay. No, he's not contagious with anything. He just doesn't. He won't even like. I'm just telling him, use an alias name, and you don't have to go on video. You can just type while you're watching your programs. He won't even do that. I don't understand. And the guy is really interested in what we're talking about. He has a personal interest. Kentagious is not his real name. Some people are really low profile about going public. I know several of them. I don't understand them. Me, I'm like Archie Bunker when he said he likes to take the bull by the corns, grab the bull by the corns. I'm not intimidated. I don't give a fuck who likes what I say, who doesn't like what I say, who approves of what I say, who doesn't approve of what I say. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it's Miss Universe. I don't care if it's the hottest looking 21-year-olds in the world. I speak my fucking mind. I speak my mind. There are people who care about what others think. But this really aggravates me when people can't even go on and type. James, thank you for informing me about the Persian push-up, rocking back and forth motion. Where can I find a video to instruct proper technique? Thanks. Well, any of the Iranian Zirconiy videos on YouTube will illustrate the Persian push-up. And anything that Kashi Azad puts out on his page called Persian Yoga, he demonstrates the Persian push-up all the time. The Persian push-up is the basic push-up that they do. The Hindu push-up, of course, is what they do in the Akaras of India. And then there's the Persian half-moon push-up, which is one of the most challenging exercises ever invented in my opinion. All right. Next, James. I would like to thank Ken Thiessen for bringing awareness of the pallet bands for your home gym. What are pallet bands as compared to power bands? Well, I already showed that before in fine detail. The company I got these pallet bands from is the one that Ken Thiessen recommended. It's in New Jersey. It's called McMasters. I have the link. M-A-C and the word masters, I think it's McMasters. They make industrial tools and equipment. And one particular link that they have is strictly pallet bands. And they come in different sizes. And this one is the largest and strongest of the industrial warehouse pallet bands. Okay. All right, next. I'm almost to the end. James, as soon as I heard that my commercial gym was going to close for social distancing, I purchased an Airdyne assault bike. Please tell our audience the benefits of the Airdyne assault bike. Okay. First of all, the Airdyne, the Schwinn, which is a famous bicycle company, probably the most famous bicycle company. Many decades ago, Schwinn came out with a commercial gymnasium stationary bicycle called the Airdyne, the Schwinn Airdyne. The wheel in the front has a big fan. It's the best. It's still, I don't care what kind of fancy high-tech machines they come out with. You know, the simulator rock climber, stair climber, blah, 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 blah. I don't care what they come out with. I don't care what designer guru puts a signature on it. The old standby Schwinn Airdyne, just like the universal, there was an exercise machine invented in the 1980s, I think, called the universal weight machine. And you know why I'm still bragging about it? Because all the stations that handle every major muscle group is in a circle. All you do is you simply go around the circle and you're hitting every major muscle group. Yeah, it's they're weights where you pull the pin out, you stick them in, they have heavy duty cable pulleys and but a lot of weight. And it's one circle. So you don't have machines all over the damn gym. You don't have to run to the other side of the room. Like if you're gonna do chest, you don't have to run to the other side of the room to get to the back machine. Let's say you want to do chest and back. You want to do antagonistic muscle groups. Chest and back. They're opposite groups. Biceps and triceps. You follow what I'm saying now? You don't have to be running all over the place because every station was in one huge circle, right in the dead center of the gymnasium room. Another great invention that some clever person came up with was the track, the indoor track in a gymnasium, where you have a running or speed walking or whatever you want to do, jogging. You have a track indoors going around the gym. Okay, they do the same thing with high school football fields. There's an actual track that runs like a rectangle or like a horse race park. It runs rectangularly around the entire high school football field. So now you have a space saver. You have young athletes doing track. You have people that live in town that want a place to run or speed walk or whatever. And then you have the football field or soccer field in the center. So that's why I was bragging about the old-fashioned universal machine. Okay, now, all right, what do we got here? Now, the Schwinn Airdyne assault bike. Don't think I've forgotten your question, Jeff. The top section, instead of a regular stationary handle, it has a handle that, if you adjust the tension, you can do upper body exercising, push, pull, push, pull. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull exercises as you're pedaling the Schwinn Airdyne assault bike. You also have the ability to work the upper body with this bicycle. So I just want to let you know, I haven't forgotten. James, I was very sad to learn that Modell Sporting Goods has closed all of its stores, all of them, almost 100 years in business due to Amazon online shopping. Well, this is what has become of shopping in modern days. People, especially people that want to control everything like a monopoly, like this guy Jeff Bezos, the dildo-headed Jeff Bezos, multi billionaire. This is living in modern times today. You have high technology. You have people that can buy anything they want online, and quite often they get it shipped to them for free shipping. Okay, so yeah, but you know, to be honest with you, models can adapt. Models can sell online if they wanted to. If they wanted to, it can happen. All right, I'm losing my place here. James, I would like to see Ken Thiessen and other black belt martial artists conduct circular torque training seminars because they have real credentials and fought combat against real opponents. Yeah, I would love to see those with real credentials teach and do workshops and seminars, and not the crooks that are in alternative fitness and circular torque training today that are just after people's money. I'm talking about people like Kelly Calzone. I'm just changing the names to protect, not to protect the innocent, but to protect those that aren't innocent. Kelly Calzone, Mr. Mace Man. Who's that other guy again? There's a whole bunch of them now. That Functional Harvey, the man that should be doing a seminar with a shake weight, that spent money to get a spot in Times Square, 42nd Street, to demonstrate a little black dildo, a little baby steel mace. Now, these people that do seminars with the steel mace, they're charging a lot of money, up to $1,000 a person sometimes, and they're not. And the mace is only designed to be performed in just a few basic swings. The same thing with a kettlebell. It's just designed for a few basic swings. And they're adding all this extra additional nonsense to the seminar, so they have a justification to take up all that time. Right? So they have a justification to charge you all that money. And another guy is that's working with Kelly Calzone and Rosewater Kinetics, ran by the veteran-owned Mike Rominsky, is Paul Tear Ass. And I have a bone to pick with him. Paul Tear Ass Wolkowinski, formerly of the United Kingdom, now living in Perth, Australia. He owns like 3 food service business establishments. Now, don't forget, all these people I mentioned have no physical fitness, nutrition, or martial arts background. They have no credentials. They simply got lucky. And they picked a lot of brains for free. And now with the man from Perth, Australia, he has a signature series, as though he was a physical fitness celebrity or a famous athlete, which he's not, with Rosewater Kinetics. He also now has this militant, ultra-feminist, neoliberal female empowerment series where Kelly Calzone has her signature on it. Meanwhile, she's not in the spotlight at all. She's not a celebrity of any kind. Nobody knows her from Adam, but because Paul Tear Ass Wolkowinski is smitten by her, he is coming out with this series from Rosewater Kinetics, this female empowerment. Now, if that doesn't sound militant feminist, I don't know what is. Series of Indian clubs, which Jeff Zambello personally bought a pair of clubs made by that company, and they ended up cracking, and Rosewater Kinetics refused or ignored him, blew him off, never offered him an apology, never offered him a discount, never offered him a replacement. None of the three. The arrogance of these people, of this fucking cheap skinflint that personally told me that he was very concerned whether or not his employees were making free drinks for themselves, like they weren't entitled to anything free from his restaurant or bar. You know, like there were only employees that work hard in his place. This skinflint, okay, didn't offer Jeff Zambello a damn fucking thing. I like to see Mike Rominsky, not Mike Rominsky. I like to see Richard Army McGuire get booked at Yuri's gym. Wouldn't that be great? Somebody with real credentials. Please elaborate on what Kent Thiessen has for apparatus in his Akara. Well, he's got the hoe, which is a farm tool. You know, he takes his clients to a pit that has like reddish clay dirt, and they dig just like they do in India, same kind of soil. He makes them climb rope. Yeah. Kent Thiessen's professional credentials is he is currently and always was a certified personal trainer. He was a WWE professional wrestling superstar for over a decade. He trained and worked out with Vince McMahon Jr. Of the owner of the WWE. He was one of the Undertaker's druids. He is a character actor who has performed in commercials and made appearances on Saturday Night Live more than once, and The View, you know, with Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar. But he has been on Saturday Night Live a few times. So he definitely has credentials. All right. It's really pissing me off how people that are really into what we're talking about, that I know on social media, don't even want to type a comment on my fucking show. Why? Because they're not getting paid? James, I would like to share that. I'm going to get back to Paul Tear Ass Wolkowinski. James, I would like to share that during this time of social distancing, I've been devoting a lot of time to technical proficiency of unilateral one-arm mace swinging, which are what you call 360s which represents 360 degrees of a swing, I'm assuming. And the 10 by 2s, which simply means 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So when you swing it, the ball of the gada or mace looks like it's reaching 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Yes, that will be very good. James, take a drive to, well, I can't take a drive. My fucking car went into the deep water last spring. James, take a drive to Saddlebrook, New Jersey, and I will bet that Modell Sporting Goods is closed. Very sad. Yeah, well. I hate to see family-owned businesses go belly up, but maybe these companies don't want to keep up with the times. Maybe they don't want to adapt to online sales. Finally, I'm getting caught up. Please tell us how Kashi Azad's teaching has greatly improved your shoulders when swinging your Persian meals. It is a great testimony. It is, because I was following the wrong instructions from the short, diminutive British man who is very tight with the dollar, extremely frugal, Paul Tear-Ass Wolkowinski, who was trying to make Kelly Calzone a star. Female empowerment, which is neoliberal militant feminism. Okay, Kashi Azad taught me the right way to swing a Persian club or even an Indian jori. It is the correct way. It is the safe way. Internal shoulder rotation swings. That's all that these clubs were really meant to be, for safety, for comfort, no sharp pains in your shoulder joints. But what Paul Tear-Ass Wolkowinski was doing with all his baton twirling and his external club twirling, internal, external, heart-shaped twirls, trying to get real fancy. Kashi Azad says that is like re-tearing the same injury, re-tearing the same wound. That's what that represents. So I was re-tearing the same wound. So a person with no physical fitness, nutrition, or martial arts credentials that spent his own money to travel the world, started picking everybody's brains for free without giving them any credit. Now, Paul never gave Richard Army McGuire any credit. Actually, this is what pissed off Richard Army McGuire, because everyone that picked his brains never gave him any kudos or credit, but I did. I sure as hell did pay homage to him many times, multitudes of times. Okay, but selfish, greedy motherfuckers who don't appreciate when someone does them a favor or does something nice for them, they are takers. They have one, like my grandmother used to say in Italian, they have one long gorilla arm that they use for taking, and they have one short, stubby alligator arm for giving. This is the arm that they give. The long arm is the arm that they take with. And Paul is an opportunist. Paul Tear-Ass Wolkowinski is an opportunist. Rosewater Kinetics gets its wood for free in the Idaho forests. He doesn't pay for his wood. and he doesn't kiln dry it. That's why Jeff Zambello's clubs cracked right away. And just because his fucking signature is on it, and he's not even a celebrity, just because Paul Terrace Wolkowinski's signature was on the clubs. Mike Rominsky charged, and I'm sure Wolkowinski got a cut, got his commission, charged him a very high price for those Persian meals that cracked. I'm talking about Krakatoa and Ubangi. It's no joke. It's no joke at all. James, can you please tell us how trusting customers in the supplement industry often get duped for inferior products that do not resolve their afflictions? Profits over quality. Well, there have been a number of famous retail stores that were caught involved in nutritional fraud, which means what was on the label was not in the bottle. GNC got caught, CVS got caught, Walgreens got caught, Walmart got caught. The Vitamin Shop was caught one time. CVS got caught. Isn't it a shame how many famous companies got caught with nutrition fraud? And many young people are unfortunately gullible. Anytime they hear a lot of sales hype, it could be with people that are trying to get them to spend their money on a steel mace seminar with a lot of sales hype, or it could be a nutritional product that will not live up to its reputation. Either or. It's total bullshit. It's carnival, snake oil, salesmanship, pitchman, whatever you want to call it. It adds up to the evils of capitalism, like you just said. Okay, Jeff Zambello says, James, why are the ethics of black belt martial artists, instructors, coaches so much superior to others? Is humbleness one of their inherent virtues? Yes. It is how they were trained and raised. The way of thinking of the martial artists is quite different from the capitalist retail crook that has no credentials to justify them charging $1,000 a person for workshops or a seminar, using a device that's only meant to be performed with a few basic swings. It is just the way they're trained. It is a way of thinking that goes back to ancient times. Oh, a few days ago, you told me about a very high quality natural supplement sourced naturally from the livers of grass-fed cattle. What is that product? And please tell the benefits. Thanks. It's called desiccated liver. It's called desiccated liver. It is probably the very first bodybuilding supplement ever invented, along with brewer's yeast, which is simply the yeast that is involved in the brewing process of beer. And then after the beer is, after the fermentation is done, the yeast dies. Very highly nutritious. But desiccated liver, usually from organic grass-fed cattle from Argentina, is one of the most highest in nutritional density of all health foods. It is a superfood with so many nutrients, both known nutrients and unknown factors. It is very rich in amino acids and proteins. It is very rich in probably the best quality B complex vitamins available. It is the richest source of natural heme iron that has no side effects, HEME, for building blood, red blood cells. It is very rich in minerals. Because the cattle feed on grass in the wild, out on the pastures in Argentina, because they feed on grass, they're deriving many nutrients that are inherent to green grass growing in the wild, including something called grass growth factor. Grass is also very rich in chlorophyll, which is nature's strongest detoxifier of the body. So these cattle are getting the natural food that they normally get if they're raised the old-fashioned way, instead of getting antibiotics and steroid hormones and getting the same grain-based food every day put together by humans. Instead of that, they're getting the natural wild-grown food and nutrients that the cattle normally get. So these nutrients are inherent in the livers, which are desiccated, which means dried. The water and fat is removed and they are desiccated and put into tablets, or better yet, capsules. Like the ones I get from Swanson Vitamins are in 500 milligram capsules. Okay. I know this is not a fitness related question, but you told me about a homemade hand sanitizer for health purposes. Well, hand and surface sanitizer. Please teach us how to make this at our homes. You simply take 4 teaspoons of chlorine bleach, 4 teaspoons of chlorine bleach, and you add it to 32 ounces, 1 quart of water. Shake it up and put it in spray bottles, and there is your sanitizer. As long as you can smell the chlorine bleach, then the sanitizer is still effective. This will save you a lot of money on Purell and 90% rubbing alcohol, which the companies are price gouging the people that are on lockdown from this coronavirus pandemic, are being price gouged. That is one way to make a good hand sanitizer, but don't forget, also, it's a great idea to get disposable latex gloves. And if you don't have a dust mask, that they're price gouging people also, by the way. You can use a bandana folded in half and just tie it around your head. And you ladies can use a dressy nylon scarf folded the same way. Looks like a slice of pizza when you fold it, like a triangle, and you tie it around your head. So it covers your nose, your mouth, and it even drops down past your chin. Jeff Zambello says, also for healthfulness purposes, Do you recommend a hot drink like green tea that is different and new to many of the audience? Well, there are many medicinal herbs out there. I could name some of the best. I'm not prescribing anything. There's fresh lemon juice with the skin being boiled in the water. There's ginger root that you can add to the lemon juice with the lemon water. You take the lemon, you cut it in half, you stick a fork in the side, you squeeze the juice, then you drop the skin, make sure the skin has the pesticides cleaned off. You can soak your fruit in water with some baking soda and white vinegar, a little of each. 20 minutes should be enough. Anyway, you got the lemon with the skin. Now, the oil in the lemon skin is much more medicinal than the juice. Ginger, boil it. You can use green tea with matcha powder, which is my favorite. Japanese green tea with matcha powder. You can use, if you like oolong tea. Oh, Anthony is here. Hold on. You can add, yeah, Anthony Laura is here. Anthony Laura is here. Greetings, Anthony Laura. Welcome. You can use, if you're not feeling well, Echinacea is one of the strongest. Echinacea is one of the strongest for building up the immune system. You can use, if you can find it, or wild oregano tea. And if you're really lucky, you might be able to find olive leaf tea and combine the two. But wild oregano, outstanding. Bay leaf is medicinal. What's the other one? Oh man, sage. Sage is is high in nutrition. Peppermint. I mean, you know, the best thing is to do some research, get a good herb book. Like I like the one by James Duke called the Green Pharmacy. But you could go online. You can go on YouTube and learn about herbs. But the first few I mentioned, the ginger, the lemon juice with the skin, the green matcha tea. If you want to add peppermint to it, that's great. If you're lucky enough to find wild oregano tea, more power to you. All right, Jeff Zambella says, James, as a nutrition expert, you told me last week about the benefits of lemons and other foods to fight against coronavirus. I can't make. I had something pulled off of Facebook for making an immune system claim connected to coronavirus, and I was warned. I was threatened. I was warned. So I can't do this. But like I said before, I already recommended the teas. Any other foods I can't do it. I can't. I don't want any problems from social media. Okay. Now, let me catch up on some lost time. Had issues getting in. Did you, Anthony Laura, did you see the live show appear at the top of my YouTube channel? Because the live screen should have appeared. Cinnamon is, well, you know, it's funny you mentioned cinnamon, because whole whole cloves and cinnamon are the strongest antioxidants known to man. Nothing comes close in terms of the ORAC score, which is oxygen radical absorption capacity. It is the antioxidant power and ability of any given food. And cloves, especially if you use 1 teaspoon. Cloves, number 1, cinnamon, number 2. Cinnamon is also very good for blood sugar disorders, aside from being a great antioxidant. So if you're still with us, Anthony, Laura, I hope you heard that. Thank you, Anthony, for your helpful information. Anthony is a good man. Anthony, I would love to learn what you have to offer as far as we can't do this. We're going to get in trouble. You don't want to see our accounts get pulled off social media. Can't do it. Sorry. Can't do it, Jeff. As far we can mention foods or teas that will be helpful in boosting the immune system in general. Generally speaking, we can. As far as foods and other remedies against yeah, I mean, we gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? You know what I mean, guys? Hey, Metal Rockers here. Hey, I guess now would be a time to work out. Yeah, like who sang that song? Was that Olivia Newton-John? Let's get physical, physical. Remember that song? Damien, I have a feeling this is my co-host for the political show, the one and only Damien the Wolf Owens. And I believe this is his gaming YouTube channel name, Metal Rocker 94. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Let's get physical. Hold on, I need my bell. Physical, physical. I'm talking about physical. Let's get into physical. Yeah, she was hot when she was young. Anthony Laura says astragalus. You're absolutely right. Very popular herb in China, along with fotai and Chinese mugwort. Mugwort, cancer destroyer. Jeff Zambello says, Anthony, what is astragalus? Well, it's not. It is a food. No, it's a very medicinal herb. Very good for people with liver disorders. People that need to get a good liver detoxification, along with herbs like that are known in the West, like milk thistle extract. Anybody out there that wants to go for a drug test for a company, start taking a standardized extract of milk thistle and take astragalus. But make sure you give yourself enough time to take it. You know, don't take it for one day and then go get the drug test at a company. Yeah, it's very good. Let's get physical, physical. James, you were warned that you were making a Facebook pulled my natural health comment in connection to boosting the immune system for a certain pandemic, and they were told they will take disciplinary action on me. Heaven forbid I should actually help people. in reality. Heaven forbid, right? Then how dare you use the phrase circular strength training, or, well, that's what it is, which are everyday English words, just like feminist empowerment, female empowerment. Well, I look at it this way. Is the word circular in the dictionary? Yes. Is the word strength in the dictionary? Yes. Is the word training in the dictionary? Yes. Is the word female in the dictionary? Yes. Is the word feminist in the dictionary? Yes. Empowerment in the dictionary? Yes. So how can a company or a greedy motherfucker trademark words that are already in the dictionary? Just like when Paul Tear-Ass Wolkowinski created a watermark to put right in the center of very old photographs that don't belong to him, like over 100 years old. He puts his company watermark right in the center so nobody could use a photograph that he does not own. Okay. And guess what? And he trademarked the words Indian clubs. Now, is the word Indian in the dictionary? How? Heap 'em truth. Is the word clubs in the dictionary? Yes. Clubs are in the dictionary. Well, you got Indian. Hiya, hiya, how you doing? Hiya. Clubs. Indian clubs. How the fuck does this short little greedy fucking British prick, what gives him the right to trademark words that are already in the dictionary? You're absolutely right, Mr. Jeff Zambello. If they're in the dictionary, how could you trademark them? If they're in the Bible, how could you trademark them? James, now I am, swear word, pissed off that you and Anthony, friends of mine, cannot make claims about nutrition. Then was good is the First Amendment under the U.S. Constitution. Yeah, well, that's because you got multi-billionaires, which make up the oligarch, that are maybe trying to slap together a price gouging vaccine, perhaps, or some kind of a big pharmaceutical cure for a certain pandemic. Wink, wink, nod, nod. You know what I mean? Commodore Jeff Zambello. Metal Rocker 94 says, it is me. I know, I said that already. It is me, Damien, the Wolf Owens. I just got home. Well, I hope your big toe is not throbbing and hurting you too much. Jeff Zambello, Damien the Wolf Owens had an emergency big toenail surgery, podiatric surgery at an urgent care walk-in center. But when he got to the pharmacy to get his antibiotic prescription, the pharmacy was closed. Gotta love that big pharma. Gotta love it. Gotta love big pharma. Jeff Zambello says, what is Chinese mugwort? Is it sourced from the sweat under the scrotum? Yeah, the balls, the sweat under the scrotum of those crooks that do seminars, robbing people of $1,000 a head. Yeah, they collect the sweat. No, mugwort is also called wormwood. Worm, as in wiggly worm, wood. Wormwood is another synonymous name for the herb mugwort, W-O-R-T. It's very medicinal. The sweat of from scrotum, yeah, scrotum sweat. For those of you that caught us late in the game, oh well. Sorry about that. There he is, Sean Lebral. Did Florida declare pro wrestling an essential service? That was funny. Now, Anthony Laura knows, if he's still here, a great deal about professional wrestling also. Anthony Laura and myself, we chat on Facebook Messenger quite often about professional wrestling. Maybe a professional, maybe we should start talking about professional wrestling on my private Facebook Messenger chat group called Alpha Males. Alpha Males, where we also are supposed to talk about the red pill lifestyle and male rights activism. You know how women are trying to control us and spend all our money and stuff like that. Yeah, Alpha Males. That would be a good place to get a professional wrestling chat going. So, Sean, if you want to join Alpha Males, just go on Facebook Messenger and do a search. And that's my group. All right. That was funny, though. An essential service. So, Anthony Laura, if you're there, what do you think? You think pro wrestling should be declared as an essential service by the state of Florida? We did a lot of talking about physical fitness, Sean, earlier, and nutrition and different things like that. And all the crooks in the health and fitness industry that do seminars that try to screw you out of a lot of money and teach you very little. But let's see what we got going here. Yeah, my exercising for today will be the resistance power bands because it's Tuesday. Okay. We'll check it out. All right. James and Sean LeBron. If Florida declared wrestling an essential service during the coronavirus pandemic, then why are massage parlors not an essential service? Very clever point, Jeff Zambello. Well, it can't be. Listen, I would not want to sit right next to people I don't know. And I'm talking about people in front of me, on the left of me, on the right of me, and behind me. Very close proximity. I would not want to do that during a pandemic and have their infectious droplets land on me. Not a good thing. Massage parlors? Well, since the Asian girls, most of them live in New York City, particularly Flushing, Queens, where they have the largest Chinatown. Opening a massage parlor during a pandemic will be a huge mistake. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Let us, the good thing is that there are hundreds of people who recovered in the state of New Jersey who are being discharged from hospitals. Let us keep the social distancing going the way it's been. I know there's a lot of people that think it's a hoax. There's a lot of people that are stubborn and don't want to follow instructions. To the people that don't want to follow instructions, I think they should get the old-fashioned Irish shillelagh over the head at least a dozen times. That's what I think. I heard Vince Russo caused a lot of problems and played a significant role in the death of Owen Hart, with that crazy idea that they claim Vince Russo came up with. But Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo did not work wonders for WCW. Just like Paul Heyman made some big mistakes with the old ECW. Some industries, unfortunately, attract very seedy characters, like go-go bars, massage parlors, boxing promoters, professional wrestling. They just, even the nightclub scene, even people that run dance clubs, they just have a tendency to attract a very sleazy, seedy type of individual. Okay, Jeff Zambello, yeah, but wrestling and activities that occur in massage parlors are both contact sports. So to speak, nod, nod, wink, wink, wink. Yeah, they are contact sports. It is like the Irish airline called cunnilingus. Or if a girl asks you if you ever went to college, you say, I have a PhD in cunnilinguistics. Yes, they are contact sports, to say the least. Now, I just want to tell everyone, Fandango Friday is back this week. I will be doing Fandango Friday with Ronald J. Theriot. And I will be doing the Red Pill Piranha is back late, late Friday night at 11 p.m. I think. Yeah, around 11 p.m. The Red Pill Piranha, where we will talk about male rights activism and the Red Pill lifestyle, MGTOW, men going their own way. It'll be me and myself, and Michael Hilton from San Francisco, California. Myself and Michael Hilton, and immediately after Red Pill Talk, which is about a half hour, around 11:30 p.m., give or take, we will start having craft beer reviews. So craft beer reviews, which I call boisterous beer banter, will follow with the Red Pill Piranha. And that will be later on Friday. Okay, let's see what we got here. James, what do you mean that nightclubs have seedy people? Does that have anything to do with when women ask the man if they are established? Oh, you're talking about gold diggers. Now you're talking about Red Pill talk. Yeah, well, yeah. When the women ask the man right away at the beginning, what do you do for a living? What do you do? Instead of asking the man what his hobbies and interests are. When they go right for the job, yeah, that means they're trying to size up the man's income, Jeff Zambello. Yeah, the established man is a sucker. When they use words like a gentleman, chivalrous, established man, what they're talking about is a beta chimpanzee. otherwise known as the sucker that pays for everything and has to bang the same slab of beef every day. Sometimes they have to make an appointment with their significant other. Make an appointment. That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. Yeah. That's pretty sad. What are you talking about there? Anthony Laura's back. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Hey, James, let's talk about antioxidants and oxidants. Okay, antioxidants. The major ones, of course, the king of all vitamins, vitamin C. The late, great Dr. Robert C. Atkins and Carlton Fredericks used to say 500 to 1,000 milligrams for basic maintenance. Natural vitamin E, which is D-alpha tocopherol in a base of mixed tocopherols. That would be 400 international units a day. Selenium, 200 micrograms a day, which turns into the powerful antioxidant enzyme glutathione peroxidase. Selenium's the raw material. Zinc, at least, if it's high quality zinc, 30 milligrams. If it's cheap zinc gluconate, 50 milligrams. And that is converted into superoxide dismutase, which neutralizes the superoxide free radical. Okay, that's an antioxidant enzyme. And then you have the others, like other food items, like you mentioned cinnamon. I mentioned cloves and cinnamon. Chromium picolinate, 200 micrograms, it prevents glycation from too much blood sugar, can cause aging. I take something better than chromium picolinate. I take chromium polynicotinate, which is a niacin-bound chromium. It's a little bit more money. So I hope I covered some good ones there. Vitamin A, very powerful. Vitamin A, at least 10,000 international units of natural retinol for animal source vitamin A. At least 10,000 international units as an antioxidant. So that pretty much sums it up. Now, if you're taking something with 10,000 international units of retinol, vitamin A, you will automatically get vitamin D with it, because a lot of those foods are rich in vitamin D. Vitamin D is extremely important. At least several hundred to 1,000 international units. Okay, hold on. Metal Rocker 94 says, they said I have to keep an eye on the other what? Toe? If one gets impacted, then the other might soon afterwards. Yeah, but they're different feet. I think I know how it got impacted. Either smashed it or where I wear socks all the time. You think that the socks are a tad bit too snug? A little too tight, maybe? I don't know. James, please elaborate on how the geeks that control social media have less testosterone. You told me about that the other day. Please share this very truthful fact with the audience. Well, I'm saving that for Sunday. I'm saving that. We're talking about the coward, Mr. Raisin Balls himself, Bernie Sanders. That's going to be for Sunday. Well, let's just take, aside from politics, let's take a look at a dork and a geek. Do they look macho to you? Not really. Do they look like alpha men to you? No. Do they look like their testosterone level is normal or high? I don't think so. Do they have a rich, deep, manly voice? Do they have a rich, manly voice? No, they have. Hey, how you doing there? They have a whiny voice. So therefore, they don't have the fucking balls to tell the Democratic National Committee, the scrawny buck-toothed weasel, Tom Perez, or tell Barack Obama, mind your own fucking business. I'm staying on the ballot. And I'm going to run as an independent Democratic Socialist. That's what James P. Madonna would have said. So there you go. Selenium is a very, very important antioxidant that also enhances the natural abilities of vitamin E. They work together. But there's a huge but, just like with magnesium. Too much of a good thing could be toxic. It is possible to end up in a hospital by way of selenium toxicity, selenium poisoning. So you should only take so much and no more. There is a limit. Magnesium's limit is like 500 milligrams. Magnesium has almost 400 different functions in the human body. It's extremely important, especially for the muscles. But it could fuck you up if you take too much magnesium. Beta carotene, unfortunately, a lot of the beta carotene in nutritional supplements like multivitamins are synthetic beta carotene, which is garbage. Natural beta carotene would be found in green foods or foods of color, with orange color. Like, for instance, tomatoes have lycopene that protect the prostate gland. That's the pigmentation that makes the tomato red. That's a carotene. Anything that creates food pigmentation is a carotene. The carotene is the coloration of the foods. So yeah, in its natural state, it's called provitamin A. The body converts it into vitamin A when it's needed. It converts natural beta carotene into vitamin A. But diabetics cannot convert natural beta carotene into vitamin A, and cats cannot convert it either. So there's your butts. Okay. Metal Rocker 94. I've been changing my diet and eating more well balanced, watching portions and bulking up on vitamins and supplements. I'm slowly losing weight. I see improvements slowly but surely. Well, you have your favorite exercises. Right now, recently, you were able to incorporate your new high-tech digital drums that you've been practicing, and you were able to incorporate that into sort of a circuit training, an aerobics workout. And you took, what's great about it is you took something you like, possibly like a lot, and you converted it into a form of exercise. Now, you told me you don't have a safe place to ride a mountain bike or to do speed walkings per se that's near your house. Well, you have found a way to turn your digital drums into a form of exercise. So when you're at work, you can slice the cold cuts if you can do it with your right arm. Then you can do it with your left arm. if you're able to turn around, turn your body around, use your other arm. So now you're doing sets. Boom, 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 boom. Turn around. The other arm. Boom, 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 boom. Turn around. The other arm. All right, but you follow what I'm saying? How tall are you? I'm 6'1". I know who you're imitating. You're imitating Slick Rick Brown. Metal Rocker 94. 5'11", 230 pounds. Trying to get down to 190 to 195. That's my goal. Well, just keep on eating good natural home cooking and stay away from those chemicals and white sugar, and you'll definitely get down to 195 pounds lean. Okay, you'll get down there. Okay, what do you got? Metal Rocker. Once Planet Fitness reopens, I'm going to hit the gym to lose weight along with what I'm already doing. Yeah, Planet Fitness has some really great, reasonable gym memberships. There's Planet Fitness. There's one over here called 24-Hour Fitness. Then there's another gym called Blink, like you're blinking your eyes, Blink. It's a stupid name. Maybe it's the last name of the owner. Blink. But yeah, so you know, you pro wrestling fans, if you want to start a chat, you can start it on Alpha Males. Believe me, it will be more than welcome to the same shit that I see on there now. All right. I'm gonna speaking of, I'm gonna end the show because I have to do my exercises. Little Jew's harp followed by the bosun's whistle. Oh, Jeff Zambello, do you have any final words of wisdom? So now that I'm ending the show, I have the most viewers. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Hey, people can always watch the entire show because this show is recorded, so you know they can still make comments. They can still watch what they missed. No problem. All right. Final words from my co-host and all-natural, safe, steroid-free, competitive powerlifter, Mr. Jeff Zambello. Final words of wisdom. Words of jism. Okay, Jeff Zambello says, Metal Rocker 94, I appreciate your inspiring goal, but be happy at being an alpha male beast. I am 5'10" and weigh 220 pounds at 55 years old and feel very masculine. I enjoy my muscles very much. And once you have muscles, you do enjoy them very much. And the ladies will appreciate that primary muscle also very much. All right. Oh, by the way, the link to Alpha Males is right underneath this video show. The link is there. What do? You click on the link. If you have Facebook Messenger, you're there. Hold on. Appreciate your aspiring goal. What I do? Everybody stay humble like all of the great black belt martial artists. Yes, stay humble. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself when it comes to dieting. Yeah, I mean, good food doesn't have to be boring or tasteless. Actually, good food can be quite nice. I have a big crock pot loaded with homemade split pea soup with smoked ham right now. It's probably done. I put a big center bone, the center bone from a smoked ham right down in there. That's healthy food. A lot of protein, a lot of nutrition from the organic split peas and the organic French lentils, which are green, by the way. They're both green. Both of them are green. And I got some imported Indian curry in there. I got plenty of garlic and onions and extra virgin olive oil. And it's good food. It does. Healthy eating does not have to be boring or terrible. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Someone once told us that he eats to live, but he does not live to eat. Yeah, that's Rick Brown, the guy who didn't care if Jeff Zambello and James Madonna was starving past 10 p.m. because all he cared about is getting his next gig. And when he gets his next gig, it involves him putting cash in his pocket. So when he gets a gig, it doesn't benefit you or me or anyone else. See, that's what selfish people are like. They're like sociopaths. They don't care about others. They don't care about others at all. All right, we're going to come down to Metal Rocker. I love a variety of food, good and bad. The good, bad, and the ugly. That's why I'm taking the approach I'm taking. Well, if you're going to eat the good, the bad, and the ugly, what you could do is you can portion them. Like a lot of good, a little bad here and there. You know what I mean? Like portion it. Don't sit there with a big bag of something bad and just watch television and just keep on eating the whole damn thing. Portion it out. Pour it into a small cereal bowl. Okay, this is bad, but I really like this snack a lot. Put it in a small cereal bowl. And when that finishes, I'm done. I'm done with the snack. If you're gonna have a hero sandwich, you could take some of the white bread out and add more meat. There you go. Oh, by the way, iceberg lettuce has very little nutrition. If you want a big boost of nutrition, pick romaine lettuce or any of that dark leafy lettuce, but don't pick iceberg. But yeah, tearing out like some of the white of the heroes of the roll, that's a way to compensate for something bad. You see, you're thinking portion. I don't want to deprive myself. The good, bad, and the ugly. Yeah, you see, there you go. Now, on the other hand, if you're eating the chicharron pork rinds, that's actually recommended. That's actually a healthy snack. You know what I mean? Or nuts. Nuts are healthy. Everything, pecans, hazelnuts, walnuts, almonds, nuts are approved. Seeds are approved. Snacks. So, all right. Okay. Something about beef jerky. Jerky's great. Jerky is wonderful. It's high protein, low carb. Yeah, no, jerky's great. Okay. I gotta go work out. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully there will be many more such shows like this. I appreciate everyone for being here and showing up, and it was very informative in a very good way in terms of what people have to go through during this lockdown with the pandemic, and they can't go anywhere else. They don't want to miss their workouts. They don't want to miss anything. You have to use your head, use your imagination. What the unsupervised brats and keep their coughing and boogie snorts out of the ice cream station, not very good for prevention against coronavirus. Those were the days, Jeff Zambello, when I used to hit the buffet every Friday. Those were the days. That is when life was normal. And I used to go to the Royal Hibachi Buffet every Friday about, I'd say, 2:30 to 3 p.m. every Friday. It's been a long time since I've done anything normal like that. How does one get locked down in a massage parlor? Well, you'll be the only one there massaging yourself, because I will be very shocked if anyone is running any of these places, because we have lots of these Asian spas in my region, in my area. So I will be very shocked if anyone is running it, and I will be very shocked if any clientele is going there, considering the fact that they live in New York. Very shocked indeed.